CBS Young and the Restless Spoilers. Welcome back to the channel, our fabulous soap squad. Today is a beautifully chaotic day, and we are absolutely thrilled to dive back into the wild world of Genoa City with all of you. Make sure you are seated for this one, because the tea is piping hot and ready to be spilled. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right now. I am literally shaking. Wait, we need to talk about this now. Oh my god, besties. Okay, I'm literally filming this while I'm running errands and probably looking like an absolute lunatic in the grocery store aisle because I just had to jump on here and vent. My soul has actually left my body. Send help. I am personally victimized by what just happened to Nate Hastings. Like, genuinely, I am hyperventilating, my heart is pounding out of my chest, and I am not okay. Bestie, be for real right now. Did the writers just wake up and choose absolute, unadulterated violence? I cannot even begin to process the cinematic mayhem that just unfolded on my screen. It's giving major, I cannot even energy, and we are spilling all the tea right now. Wait, backtrack for a second, I missed a step. Okay, my brain is buffering. Let's rewind to the absolute beginning of this train wreck because the context is literally everything. So, basically, Nate has been on this whole I want to be a doctor again kick, right? Ever since Devon, who is officially on my do not perceive list half the time, but whatever decided to step down from Winters to start his little non-profit, Nate got all inspired. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on, Nate was straight up talking to Lily, telling her that medicine has always been his true passion. And Lily, being the supportive absolute queen that she is, was like, you should go back to it. And don't even get me started on the vibes of this whole setup. Devon came over, apologized for what he did to Nate's hand in the first place, which, honestly, the history there is so unhinged. Let's take a massive detour down memory lane because we need to remember the sheer audacity of the past. Remember when Nate slept with Elena, Devon's girlfriend at the time? And Devon found out, and they had that massive, explosive fight where Devon literally punched Nate so hard he fell onto a glass table and shattered his hand. The drama, the absolute chaos. That glass table incident literally ended Nate's surgical career the first time around. And now, years later, Devon is standing in Nate's apartment, looking all billionaire guilty, offering to fly in whatever top-tier orthopedic specialist Nate needs to fix the very hand he destroyed. The poetic cinema of it all. I was screaming at my TV. So Nate actually goes to this orthopedic surgeon for a massive consultation. The consultation scene? An absolute cinematic masterpiece. The lighting in that doctor's office was genuinely so crisp, though I couldn't stop staring at the weird abstract painting in the background. Why do doctors always have the ugliest art? It looked like a toddler sneezed paint onto a canvas. But anyway, snapping back to the main tea. The surgeon is looking at Nate's charts, looking at the old nerve damage, and he gives Nate the green light. He tells him the procedure is risky, but it's a go. And honestly, let's take a second to talk about this orthopedic surgeon because I am genuinely suspicious. He walked in with this arrogant swagger, holding his little tablet, acting like he was the absolute god of nerve repair. He was throwing around all these massive medical terms: tendon grafting, neuroregeneration, microscopic scar tissue, excision, and Nate was just eating it up because he speaks that language. But I was sitting there screaming at the screen, do not trust this man. He had major villain energy. His lab coat was too crisp. His smile didn't reach his eyes. I swear, half the doctors in Genoa City got their medical degrees out of a cereal box. But Nate was too blinded by the dream. He was straight up romanticizing the idea of scrubbing in again. He was glowing. He thought he was going to be the hotshot surgeon of Genoa City again. The stakes were astronomical. He was manifesting his return to the OR, and we were all rooting for him. Then comes the day of the surgery. The tension is palpable. I am literally clutching my chest. Nate is in the hospital gown, which, honestly, they need to redesign those because the aesthetic is tragic. Like, who looks good in washed-out seafoam green? But I digress. Lily is there, being the ultimate supportive partner, holding his good hand, giving him those reassuring looks. The way they filmed this, it felt like a high-octane psychological thriller disguised as a medical drama. The camera angles? Unhinged. The slow zoom on Nate's scarred hand as he looks at it one last time before the anesthesia. I was unwell. I was literally pacing my living room, biting my nails down to the cuticles. Nate is talking to Lily right before they wheel him back, and he is so vulnerable. He's talking about how he's finally going to get his identity back. Because let's be real, his whole corporate era, at Chancellor Winters and Newman Media, it was just a mask. He was playing dress-up in a business suit because he couldn't hold a scalpel. He was a doctor playing a CEO, and he was miserable deep down. And now, he's telling Lily that he's ready to heal people again. I am sobbing. I am a puddle on the floor. The doctors wheel him in. The anesthesia hits. You know that weird sound the monitors make? Beep, beep, beep. It was echoing in my living room, and I was straight up holding my breath. I literally had to yeet my phone across the room because the suspense was destroying my nervous system. Nate goes to sleep dreaming of scalpels and saving lives, and we are just sitting there, waiting for the miracle. And while we are spiraling over Nate being under the knife, we have to talk about the absolute mess happening outside the OR. Lily is in the waiting room, and besties, she is a wreck. She is wearing this stunning tailored blazer, but she is literally pacing a hole into the ugly linoleum floor. She keeps checking her phone, texting Devon, just trying to keep it together, and the camera keeps cutting to Devon in his penthouse. Devon is standing by his massive windows, staring out at the Genoa city skyline. The guilt is literally radiating off of him in waves. You can see the flashbacks playing in his eyes. He is remembering the night he shattered Nate's hand. Devon has been carrying that guilt for years, and he thought paying for this surgery would finally wash the blood off his hands. He thought this was his redemption arc. Oh, Devon, you sweet, naive billionaire. Fast forward. The surgery is over. Nate is waking up in the recovery room. The lighting is all soft and blurry, giving that classic waking up from anesthesia cinematic filter. The doctor is standing there, looking way too serious, and Lily is looking expectant but nervous. Nate blinks his eyes open. He is groggy, he is vulnerable, he looks like a lost puppy. He looks down at his hand, which is wrapped in all those thick, heavy white bandages. He takes a deep breath. He tries to move his fingers. Besties, he tries to move his fingers, and nothing happens. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. He tries again. He concentrates. You can see the veins popping in his forehead as he tries to send the signal from his brain to his hand. But the hand is just dead. It's a literal paperweight. The doctor's face drops. The vibe in the room instantly shifts from triumphant medical miracle to absolute horror movie. The doctor steps forward and does the little reflex tests, poking and prodding the fingers. Nate's eyes are widening. You can literally see the panic rising in his throat. I am screaming at my screen. I am genuinely pacing my house like a wild animal. Send help. My soul has actually left my body. The doctor starts speaking, and his voice sounds like it's coming through a tunnel. He starts explaining what happened, and it is the most harrowing medical dialogue I have ever heard. He's talking about how the scar tissue from the original trauma was too deeply intertwined with the primary motor nerves. He says that when they tried to excise the tissue to free the tendon, the nerve basically suffered a catastrophic shock. The blood flow was compromised. The nerve endings died. Besties, the nerve endings died. Irreversible. Inoperable. Total paralysis. The doctor is standing there, looking like he wants the floor to swallow him whole, saying, "I'm so sorry, doctor. Hastings, we did everything we could, but the hand will never regain motor function." The absolute finality of those words. It wasn't a maybe with physical therapy. It was a never. The word never just hung in the air like a toxic cloud. I was literally hyperventilating. The doctor looks at him with that pitiful, devastating expression and drops the absolute worst bomb in the history of daytime television. The surgery failed. Not just failed, besties, it completely backfired in the most catastrophic way possible. His hand isn't just not fixed, it is fully paralyzed. Irreversible, catastrophic nerve damage. He is permanently disabled. The hand is completely useless. It will never move again. The scream I scrumped. I literally fell to my knees in my kitchen. I knocked over a box of cereal and didn't even care. And then, the meltdown. Oh my god, the meltdown. Nate Hastings loses his absolute mind, and honestly, it is the most incredible piece of acting I have ever witnessed. He goes completely feral. The devastation was so raw, so visceral, it felt like a personal attack on my soul. He starts screaming. Not just a normal yell, but a gut-wrenching, soul-shattering, high-decibel scream of pure, unadulterated agony. It was the sound of a man's entire universe collapsing in on itself. He is thrashing in the hospital bed, tangling the IV lines. He is looking at his paralyzed hand like it's a foreign object, a monster that just ruined his life. He starts throwing things with his good hand. The water pitcher on the bedside table, smashed against the wall. The little hospital tray with the jello and the plastic cups, yeeted across the room with the force of 1,000 suns. He is completely unhinged. He is screaming at the doctor, demanding they fix it, demanding they take him back into the OR right now. He is screaming at the universe. Lily is crying, trying to grab his good arm, trying to calm him down, but he is inconsolable. He is ripping at his hospital gown. He is officially in his villain origin story era. I'm calling it right now, the villain arc is about to go nuclear, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update because Nate is never going to recover from this psychologically. Lily is trying to intervene, and it is breaking my heart into a million microscopic pieces. She rushes forward, tears streaming down her flawless face, and she grabs his shoulders. She's sobbing, saying, "Nate, please look at me, we'll get through this, we'll find another doctor." But Nate is completely deaf to her. He looks at her with these wild, feral eyes, and he screams, "There is no other doctor. It's gone, Lily. It's dead." He rips his arm out of her grasp so violently that she actually stumbles back. He is not Nate the suave businessman right now. He is not Nate the composed, brilliant doctor. He is a wounded, trapped, terrified animal who just realized he is in a cage he can never escape. He starts pulling at his own hair, sobbing these deep, guttural sobs that sound like they are tearing his vocal cords apart. The nurses are rushing in with syringes, yelling medical codes, and Nate is fighting them off with his one good arm. It took 3 orderlies to hold him down so they could inject the sedative. And even as he was going under, even as his eyes were rolling back from the medication, he was still crying, still staring at that paralyzed hand. Just think about the psychological damage here, besties. Nate's entire identity, his ego, his passion, his legacy, all tied to his ability to be a brilliant surgeon. He is the son of Dr. Olivia Winters. He was supposed to carry the torch. And now, he is a disabled man who can't even tie his own shoes with 2 hands, let alone perform a bypass surgery. The sheer tragedy of it is suffocating. I am literally hyperventilating right now just thinking about the absolute despair in his eyes. He was so close. He had the dream in his grasp, and it was snatched away in the most cruel, twisted, sadistic way possible. The writers are sick for this. Sick, I tell you. They built him up, gave him hope, made him smile, that gorgeous smile of his, just to tear him down into a million microscopic pieces. And don't even get me started on the existential dread of what this means for the broader Genoa City ecosystem. Nate was supposed to be the success story. He was supposed to be the one who overcame his trauma. Now, he is officially going to be the most bitter, vengeful, broken man in town. What happens when he sees Devon? Is he going to blame Devon all over again? Because, technically, if Devon hadn't shattered the hand in the first place, none of this would have happened. And if Devon hadn't encouraged him to get the surgery, he wouldn't be paralyzed now. The resentment is going to be astronomical. I am genuinely terrified that Nate is going to go full supervillain. Like, what if he decides to destroy Chancellor Winters just to make Devon and Lily feel the pain he's feeling? What if he teams up with Victor Newman or Audra Charles to just burn the entire corporate world to the ground? I am spiraling. I am literally creating fan fiction in my head because my brain cannot handle the reality of this plot twist. I am straight up vibrating from the sheer audacity of this world-shattering saga. I am officially unwell. This specific betrayal by the writers personally attacked my soul. I can't even function. I'm going to be thinking about that scream, that visceral, feral scream, for the rest of my natural life. Nate's entire life is over as he knows it. What is he going to do now? He can't go back to Chancellor Winters. He just dramatically quit to be a doctor. He has nothing. He is going to spiral into the darkest, most chaotic depression we have ever seen. I am straight up terrified for him. Okay, I need to go drink some water, maybe scream into a pillow, and stare at a blank wall for 3 hours to process this trauma. Keep yourselves safe out there, besties, because Genoa City is a literal war zone right now, and nobody is safe.